Hi, me. Good afternoon again. All right, so let's continue what we had last time, right? So, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to be asking you, not for me, but for him, my neighbor. So, if he wants to see a film tonight, which film do you suggest he sees? If he wants to see a film tonight, which film do you suggest he sees? I suggest he
I
sees
suggest he seats.
which one?
What do you
Tom and
think?
Jerry?
Tom
Tom
and
and Jerry?
Jerry?
Okay, tonight.
Tonight.
Yep, only an example. Another. What do you suggest I do this weekend? What do you suggest I do this weekend? I
I
suggest you
suggest you
what
to rest
this weekend.
this weekend.
Thank you. But this is my rest English. Okay, another. What time will you go to bed tonight? What time will you go to bed tonight? I'll go to
I'll
bed
go to
at
bed at
what time?
10 o'clock
Tonight.
tonight.
Yep. Well, what will you do before going to bed tonight? What will you do before going to bed tonight? I'll what?
I'll
Eat
eat
dinner.
dinner, bathe,
Read, bathe. What else? Read stories to them. Read
read
stories to them,
stories to them,
etc.
etc.
Before going to bed
before going
tonight.
to bed tonight.
Yep. Are you tired at the moment? Are you tired at the moment? Yes, no? Yes, I'm tired
I'm
at the
tired
moment.
at the moment.
You have no choice. Okay, another. So, what do you do when you feel tired? What do you do when you feel tired? When I feel
When I
tired,
feel tired,
I go to bed.
I go to bed.
Yep. Are you tired of studying? Are you tired of studying? Yes, no?
No,
I'm not tired
I'm
of
not tired
studying.
of studying.
Yep. Only example. So, what am I doing? What am I doing? You're turning
You're
around.
turning around.
Around. Scary. Another. If you turn around, me, what will you see? If you turn around, what will you see? If I turn
If I
around,
turn
I'll see.
around, I'll see
See. Minnie.
Minnie Mouse.
Minnie Mouse. That's cute. Okay, another one. So can you turn completely around without standing up? Like, can you turn completely around without standing up? No, I can't
No, I
turn
can't turn
completely round.
completely round,
Completely round
completely round
without standing up.
without standing up.
Standing up. Yep. So what am I doing? What am I doing? You're turning
You're
over
turning over
a page in
a
your book.
page in your book.
Yep. Resourceful. Okay, another. What about this one? So what's the past of get? What's the past of get? The past
The
of get
past of
is
get is
got.
got.
Yeah, where did you get your shoes? Where did you get your shoes? I got my shoes
I got
from.
my shoes from
Which one?
ABC Mart.
So, what time did you get here today? What time did you get here today? I got here
I got
at
here
at 4:30
at
today.
4:30 today.
Yep. Did you get to school early today? Did you get to school early today? Yes, no.
Yes,
I got.
I
I got to
I
school early
got to
today.
school early today.
Yep. Will you be in that room until 10 o'clock this evening? Will you be in that room until 10 o'clock this evening? No, I won't
No,
be in
I
this
won't be
room
in this room
until ten
until
o'clock
10 o'clock
this evening.
this evening.
Yep. Do you want to live until you're 100 years old? Do you want to live until you're 100 years old? No, I don't
No,
want to
I don't want
live.
to leave.
I don't want to live. I don't want
I
to
don't
live
want to live
until I'm
until I'm
100 years old.
100 years old.
Yeah, so one of guys is also okay, right? So, anyways, I don't want is the complete one another. So, our supermarket sometimes open till late at night. Our supermarket sometimes open till late at night. Yes,
Yes,
supermarkets
supermarkets
are sometimes
are
open
sometimes open
till late at
till late
night.
at night.
Yep, that's cool. Another. Well, you come here again next week. You come here again next week. Yes, I'll come
Yes,
here
I'll come
again
here again
next week.
next week.
Okay, let's move down here. Next page. Another. Will I ask you the same questions again? Next lesson as I'm asking you now. Will I ask you the same questions again? Next lesson as I'm asking you now. No, you won't
No, you
ask
won't
me
ask me
the same
the
questions
same
again.
questions again
Next
next
lesson
lesson
as you are
as you
asking
are
me now.
asking me now.
Yes, because you are under full stage revision, right? Okay, so maybe soon. Another. If we make too many mistakes in our dictations, do you think it's better to do them again? If we make too many mistakes in our dictations, do you think it's better to do them again? Yes, if we
Yes,
make
if we make
too many
too
mistakes
many
in our
mistakes in our
dictations, dictations,
dictations,
I think it's
I
better
think
to
it's
do
better to
them
do them
again.
again.
Yep. In native camp, what's the duration of a lesson in the school? Again, what's the duration of a lesson in the school? The
The
duration of the
duration
lesson,
of the
a
lesson,
lesson, a lesson
a lesson
in this school
in
is
this school
about
is about
26
26
minutes.
minutes.
Yep. What's the duration of a game of football? What's the duration of a game of football? The
The
duration
duration of the game
of a
of
game of football
a game of football
is 90
is
minutes.
90 minutes.
Yep. Will there be anything on TV tonight? Will there be anything on TV tonight? Yes, there will be
Yes, there'll
something
be something
on TV
on
tonight.
TV tonight.
Will there be any pictures hanging on that wall? Only one. Next lesson. Will there be any pictures hanging on that wall next lesson? Yes.
Yes,
There will be some
there'll be some
pictures
pictures
hanging on
hang,
that wall.
hang on that wall,
Hanging,
hanging
hanging.
on that wall
Next lesson.
next lesson.
Yep. Will there be a chair on the table last lesson? Will there be? It's not conditional though. Will there be a chair on the table next lesson? Will there be a chair on the table next lesson? No, there won't
No,
be a
there
chair
won't be a chair
on the
on
table
the
next
table
lesson.
next lesson.
Yep. Will there be anybody sitting on the floor next lesson? Will there be anybody sitting on the floor next lesson? Yes,
Yes,
there'll be
there'll
somebody
be somebody
sitting on the floor
sitting on
next
the
lesson.
floor next lesson.
It's you. Okay, another. What about this one? So, which newspaper do you read? Which newspaper do you read? I
I
read.
don't read.
You don't read? Only an example. Which newspaper do you read? I read
I read. What is it?
Asai.
Okay.
Asai newspaper.
Newspaper.
Yep, which is one of the most popular newspapers in the country. Which is one of the most popular newspapers in the country? The Nikkei
The
newspaper.
Nikkei newspaper
It's one of the most
is one of
popular
the most
newspapers
popular newspapers
in this country.
in this country.
Yep. Do you often read magazines? Do you often read magazines? Yes, no.
No,
I don't
I
often
don't
read
often
magazines.
read magazines.
Yep. Me. What's the passive cell? What's the passive cell? The passive
The
cell
passive
is
cell is sold.
past of cell
Past of cell is
sold.
sold.
Which shop sold you your shoes? Which shop sold you your shoes? ABC Mart.
ABC Mart
Sold me my
sold
shoes.
sold me my shoes.
Yep. Another. What do we use to make a fire? What do we use to make a fire? We use
We
wood,
use wood,
paper,
coal,
coal, etc.
etc.
to make a
to
fire.
make a fire.
Yep. What color is coal? What color is coal? Coal is black.
Coal's black.
In a restaurant, what do we look at to decide what we want to eat? In a restaurant, what do we look at to decide what we want to eat? In a restaurant,
In a restaurant,
we look at a
we
menu
look at a menu
to decide
to
what we
decide
want
what
to eat.
we want to eat.
Yep. Did you decide to study English, or did somebody in your family decide for you? Did you decide to study English, or did somebody in your family decide for you? I decided to
I
study
decided
English.
to study English.
Nobody in my family
Nobody in my family
decided for me.
decided for me.
Yep, me. It's pretty long. So explain the difference between the present continuous and the present simple, please. If you still remember, explain the difference between the present continuous and the present simple, please. The difference
The
between
difference between
the present continuous and the present simple is that we use the present continuous,
for an action we're doing now,
whereas we use the present simple
for
an action we do.
An action we do generally.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm explaining the difference between the present continuous and the
present simple.
Yay, you got it. Another, which place in the world do you think is most like heaven? Which do you think, or which place in the world do you think is most like heaven? I think
Where do you think?
Me, my bedroom. What about you? How about you?
Bedroom. Okay.
It's most like heaven.
It's most
like heaven. Oh no, it's my bed. I don't like going traveling, whatever. Okay, another. What's the opposite of heaven? What's the opposite of heaven? The opposite of heaven is hell. Yep, let's have the red book. There's a truck. Another. Yeah, Papa the sailor. Another. Is it a good idea to book a table before going to a very popular restaurant? Is it a good idea to book a table before going to a very popular restaurant? Yes, it's a good idea.
It's a good idea
to book a table before going to a very popular restaurant. Yep. Do you always try hard to answer all the questions I ask you? Again, do you always try hard to answer the questions I ask you? Yes, I always try hard.
I always try hard
to answer the questions you ask me. Yep. Are you always willing to try anything new? Are you always willing to try anything new? Yes, I'm always trying.
I'm always trying.
To what? Yes, I'm always willing
to.
I'm
willing to.
I'm always willing
to.
What? I'm always willing to. Try anything new. So you can eat balot. Okay, the pegging the. Okay, another. Some people sometimes try to do the impossible. Do some people sometimes try to do the impossible? Yes, some people. Sometimes try to do. Try to do. The impossible. Yep, the impossible. Are cities quiet places to live in? Are cities quiet places to live in? No, cities aren't quiet places to live in. Live in. They are noisy. Places. Yep. Is village life noisy? Me. Is village life noisy? No, village life isn't noisy. It's quiet. Yep. Which do you think is the noisiest street in the town? Which do you think is the noisiest street in the town? I think. Park is.
Street, not street.
I'm in a street. Yeah, because it's the part of the street. Okay, M Street.
Street.
M Street is the
It's
noisiest
the
street
noisiest street
in this
in
town.
this town.
Yeah, it's nearby part. Okay, another. Are motorbikes quieter than bicycles? Are motorbikes quieter than bicycles? No,
No,
motorbikes aren't
motorbikes aren't
quieter than
quieter than
bicycles.
bicycles.
They're noisier
They're
than
noisier than
bicycles.
bicycles.
Yep. Are you sorry when the winter ends? Are you sorry when the winter ends? Yes, no? No, I'm not sorry.
Sorry.
When the winter ends.
When the winters end.
When
When
winter ends.
winter ends.
Yep, I'm pleased.
I'm pleased.
Yep, you only want one season, winter. Okay, another. So will you be sorry if it's a sunny day tomorrow? Will you be sorry if it's a sunny day tomorrow? No, I won't be
I
sorry.
won't be sorry.
If it's a sunny day tomorrow.
The sunny day tomorrow.
If it's a sunny day
sunny day tomorrow.
I'll be
I'll be happy.
pleased.
Pleased.
Yeah, you are happy. Okay, another. So what do we say to people when there's when we do something wrong? What do we say to people when we do something wrong? We say, I'm sorry to people. When we do something
when we
wrong.
do something wrong.
Like this. With matching eyebrows. Yeah, this one. Okay, another one. What about this one? What's the passive have? What's the passive have? The passive have is head. Yep. What did I have in my hand last lesson? What did I have in my hand last lesson? You had a pen.
You had a pen
in your hand
in
last
your hand
lesson.
last lesson.
Yep. What about you? What did you have for your breakfast this morning? What did you have for your breakfast this morning? I had some coffee, some bread, etc. for my breakfast this morning. Yep. What about you? What did she have for breakfast this morning? What did she have for breakfast this morning? She had nothing.
Nothing
For her breakfast
this morning.
Diet. Okay, diet. Diet. Okay, another. Did we have any shoes on our feet yesterday? Did we have any shoes on our feet yesterday? Yes, we had some shoes. On our feet yesterday.
On our feet.
On our feet yesterday. Yep. Did they have any money in their pockets last lesson? Yep. Did they have any money in their pockets last lesson? Yes, they had some money.
They
had some money.
They had some money
in their pockets.
in their pockets.
Last lesson. Yeah, but they're not willing to give. Yeah, that was a question a while ago. Another, what's the passive can? What's the passive can? The passive can is could. Could you speak English 15 years ago? Could you speak English 15 years ago? Yes, I could speak English. 15 years ago. Okay, another. Could you write your name when you are a baby of 6 months old? Well, could you write your name when you're a baby of 6 months old? No, I couldn't write
my name
when I was a baby
of
6 months
old.
Yep. Could you read when you were a little baby? Could you read when you were a little baby? Yes, no?
No.
No, I couldn't read.
When
I was a little baby. Me too. Another. Do you think maybe it'll rain later? Do you think maybe it'll rain later? Yes, no? No, I don't think. No, I don't think. It'll rain later. Yep. Do you think perhaps you'll meet a friend of yours on your way home after the lesson? Do you think perhaps you'll meet a friend of yours on your way home after the lesson? Yes, no? No, I don't think I'll meet a friend of mine on my way home after the lesson. After the lesson. Yep. Do you think maybe you'll go to the cinema next month if there's no coronavirus? Or do you think maybe you'll go to the cinema next month? Yes, no? No, I don't think. I'll go to the cinema. To the cinema. Next month. Yep, because you go there once a year. Okay, now, do you like sweet food? Do you like sweet food? Yes, no? Yes, I like sweet food. Yep. Did you eat a lot of sweets when you were a child? Did you eat a lot of sweets when you were a child? Yes, I ate a lot of sweets. I ate.
Yes, a lot of sweets.
Yes, I ate. A lot of sweets when I was a child. I didn't. I have nothing to eat. So sad. Okay, now, do we generally use contractions in spoken or written English? Do we generally use contractions in spoken or written English? We generally use contractions. Contractions. In spoken English. Spoken English. I get it then. Okay, now, do you think it's easier to understand written English or spoken English? Do you think it's easier to understand with written English or spoken English? I think it's easier to understand. Which one? Spoken or written? Spoken English. Whoa. Okay, now, what's the contraction of book will? What's the contraction of book will? The contraction of book will is buckle. Yep, tomorrow will, the light will, the door will, who will wattle. Tomorrow will, the light will, the door will, who will wattle. Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
the light will, the light will,
The
light will,
lightle.
the door,
The door.
who,
Who.
wattle.
Waddle.
Waddle. Yes, waddle me. All right, do we always use contractions in English? Again, do we always use contractions in English? No, we don't always
don't
use
always use
contractions in
contractions
English.
in English.
When don't we use contractions? When don't we use contractions? We don't use contractions. Contractions when they are difficult
to
pronounce.
pronounce.
Do you think me tomorrow will be a cloudy day? Do you think tomorrow will be a cloudy day? Yes, no? No, I don't think tomorrow
will be.
Tomorrow will be
Tomorrow will be
a cloudy day. A
cloudy day.
I think it'll be sunny.
I think it'll be sunny.
Yep, go, go, go. You can do it. Another. With the picture behind on the wall next lesson. With the picture behind the wall next lesson. Yes, that picture will be hanging on the wall. Hanging on the wall. Next lesson. Yep. Will the door be the same color next week as it is this week? So it's color brown here. Will the door be the same color next week as it is this week? Yes, the door will be the same color. Be the same color next week as it is this week. Yep. Will Mr. Brown be here next lesson? Will Mr. Brown be here next lesson? Yes, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown?
No.
No.
No, Mr. Brown.
Mr. Brown
Be here next lesson. Yep.
Mm.
How do you spell your name? How do you spell your name? I spell my name.
I spell my name.
M-I-Y-U.
Y-U.
M-A-Y-U? Is that a question? Okay, that's your name. So do you prefer to communicate with your friends by phoning or by texting them? Do you prefer to communicate with your friends by phoning or texting? I prefer to communicate with my friends
by texting.
Okay, so do you think it's easier to communicate in spoken or written English? Do you think it's easier to communicate in spoken or written English? I think it's easier to communicate
with
in
speaking.
Spoken English.
Spoken English.
Yeah, you like speaking. Okay, now, can you communicate very complicated ideas easily in English? Can you communicate very complicated ideas easily in English? No, I can't communicate. Very complicated. Communicate very complicated ideas easily in English. Easily in English. Easily in English. Yep. So what's the negative of had? What's the negative of had? The negative of had. Not so hard. The negative of had is hadn't. Yep, you really went to New Zealand. The negative is hadn't. Yeah, that's New Zealand, guys, by the way. Okay, another Kiwi. So what are the common ways of asking a question with a verb to have? What are the common ways of asking a question with a verb to have? The common ways of asking a question with a verb to have are... Do you have a pen? And have you got a pen? Yep. Again, another. What are the common ways for the past tense? What are the common ways for the past tense? The common ways for the past tense are... Did you have a pen? Did you have a pen? How do you get a pen? How do you get a pen? Huh? Do you get a pen? Okay, another, which is the most common way of asking a question with the verb to have in the past again? Which is the most common way of asking a question with the verb have in the past? The most common way of asking a question with the verb have. With the verb have.
The verb have.
In the past is. Did you have? Yep. Did you have your book with you last lesson? Did you have your book with you last lesson? Yes, I had my book with me last lesson. Yep. Did I have a hat on my head last lesson? Did I have a hat on my head last lesson? No, you didn't have a hat on your head last lesson. Yep. I didn't get any money in my hand last lesson. I got any money in my hand last lesson. No, you hadn't got any money in your hand last lesson. Yep. Did I have my feet on the table last lesson? Did I have my feet on the table last lesson? No, you didn't have your feet.
No, you didn't have a feet.
A feet? What a feet? Your feet.
Your feet.
On the table
last lesson.
Yeah, maybe him, right? Like, hiya. So cute. Another. What about this one? Let's have down here. Did you practice your English after you left school yesterday? Did you practice your English after you left school yesterday? Yes, no? Yes, I practiced my English after I left school.
I left school
Yesterday. Yep. Is it easier to become good at a sport if you get lots of practice? Is it easier to become good at a sport if you get lots of practice? Yes, it's
Yes,
easier.
it's easier.
To, easier.
Easier.
Nice. To become good at a sport.
Become a good at sport.
To become good at a sport.
To become a good at sport.
Hold it. To become
To
good at a
become
sport.
good at sport.
At a sport.
At a sport.
If you get
If
lots
you
of
get
practice.
lots of practice.
Yep. What's the difference between the noun practice and the verb practice? What's the difference between the noun practice and the verb practice? The difference between the noun practice, practice and the verb practice is that we spell the noun. We spell the noun. We spell the noun with a C. And we spell the verb with an S. Yep. What's a polite way of communicating that you want something? What's a polite way of communicating that you want something? A polite way of communicating that you want something is to say, I would like.
Huh?
I would like.
I would like.
Yep. Give an example. Give an example, please. I'd like a cup of tea. I would like to watch that TV program. Yep. What can we say when we offer something to somebody? What can we say when we offer something to somebody? When we offer something to somebody, we can say, would you like?
Would you like?
Yep. Give an example. Give an example, please. Would you like a cup of tea? Would you like to go to cinema? Okay, another. Let's go down. Can we learn a lot by visiting different countries? Can we learn a lot by visiting different countries? Yes, we can learn a lot.
We can learn a lot.
By
we can learn a lot
by visiting different countries. Yep. So, did you visit any new places last month? Did you visit any new places last month? Yes, no? No, I didn't visit any new places last month. Would you like to visit Australia in the future? Or let me say again. Would you like to visit Australia in the future? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to visit Australia.
Like to visit Australia
in the future.
future.
Yep, another. What's the difference between the words use and use? What's the difference between use and use? The difference between use and use
is that
use is the verb. Is the verb. Whereas use is the noun. Yep. What's the use of a pen? What's the use of a pen? The use of a pen is a pen. Pen is for writing. Yep. What's the use in studying languages? This was your question last time. What's the use in studying languages? The use in studying languages is to make it possible for us to speak to people from other countries. Yeah, this was the answer actually. Right, so another. So give an example of the word therefore, please. Give an example of the word therefore, please. I want to learn English well. Therefore, I must study. Therefore, I must study. Yep. Can you hear the sound of my pen on the table? Can you hear the sound of my table? My table. Yeah. Can you hear the sound of my pen on the table? Yes, I can hear.
Yes, I can hear.
Your pen. The sound of your pen. The sound of your pen on the table. Can you say it again? Yes, I can hear the sound.
Yes, I can hear the sound
of your pen on the table. Pen on the table. Another. Can you hear the sound of traffic? Traffic, not truck, okay? Can you hear the sound of traffic at the moment? Can you hear the sound of traffic at the moment? No, I can't hear the sound of traffic at the moment. Yep. Do you think the English language sounds pleasant? Do you think the English language sounds pleasant? Yes, I think.
Yes,
I think. The English language sounds pleasant. So nice. Okay, another. What about this one? Yeah. Do I sound angry at the moment? Do I sound angry at the moment? No.
No.
You don't sound angry.
You don't sound angry
at the moment.
At the moment.
Only this time. Okay, another. Is your house completely silent at night, or can you hear the street noise? Is your house completely silent at night, or can you hear the street noise? My house is what?
My house is quiet.
Completely silent at night. I see. Okay, what about this one? Let's move down for the word and the. Okay, this one. What's the difference between and n? What's the difference between and n? The difference between and n is that we use before a consonant sound, whereas we use n before a vowel sound. You give an example. Give an example. Is a book. An apple. That was a good timing, right? So we're gonna be continuing soon. Your full stage revision stage 4, right? Have a good day, me. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.